Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we got a Kizer knife. This should be a new June 2025 release, and it should be available as of the time of you watching this video. Now, of course, we got to zoom out because this box is so large. We got the Norcross 4.09 inches on the blade. It is an LF design. We got Nitro V steel and orange G10 on the handle. This one should be a very interesting one here, to say the least. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. We're going to go ahead and get right to it here. We got the new Kizer packaging, innovation, respect, and sharing. And then one thing is for sure, feels like they put some crazy glue on this box. There we go. I mean, if you if you're worried about your knife, suddenly sleepwalking at night while it's in the box, trust me, it's not going anywhere, because that is one snug box right there. So we got the sticker situation here, right? Dear customer, check that out if you guys want to read more. But here is the knife, and this one should be an epic one, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are ready, because that knife right there in a way kind of breaks the mold from what a fixed blade should be. So hope you guys are ready for that. We have the Kydex sheath, of course, some silica gel. We have some additional carbide balls. Holy smokes. Shout out to Kizer for attention to detail, like extra carbide balls right here. That is, yeah, that is absolutely extra for sure. So shout out to them for that. We have a wiping cloth, and we have maybe about 2 feet worth of paracord. Some paperwork there as well, but let's go ahead and make some room here. So I hope you guys are ready. I am not even ready myself. This thing is wild, wild, wild in every possible way. So let's get to it. Right, take the plastic off. We got a little protection here for the tip. We're gonna take that off. And oh my goodness, guys, what do we even have here? Let's kind of process what we're looking at, because this has got to be perhaps one of the most tactical fixed blades that we have ever featured here in the channel. I mean, we got to break it down piece by piece. Like, what even is this? Well, for starters, right, it definitely has like a dagger design, right? You can tell here with the finger guard on both hands, very symmetrical, straight line in the middle, right? Very symmetrical in this portion right there. So that's, I mean, that's a dagger right there for sure. Another thing you'll notice is we do have an edge here, and we also have an edge on the other side. So we have a dual edge. It's gonna be a very pokey tip there for sure, right? Dual edge dagger situation. We have a fuller in the middle with 2 holes, right? Pill-shaped holes. And then we have, of course, a little bit of a serrator portion right here. So this multi-tool, I think it has a little bit of not only tactical, but rescue kind of orientation to it. We have a serrator portion, and we have a hook or seatbelt cutter right here on the other side. You even have a little section right here for your thumb with some jimping as well. So that's pretty interesting. 2 holes on this end if you want to tie some paracord around that, which is pretty good. I mean, which is, again, interesting to say the least, right? On the other side, we have the Norcross with the designer right there and his logo, Nitro V steel. I definitely love the dark gray, right, wash. It's like a dark gray stone wash to it. Kizer logo on this side. And I mean, it's just, again, it's just one of those blades that you got to process. Like, what is even happening here? And it's got to take it one bit at a time. Now, we have orange G10 on the handle. So if you drop this on the field, this orange, outdoors orange right here, it's definitely going to help you find this thing out in the woods. That's for sure. So definitely does a good job with that. Looks like we have full tang construction. I can see the tang from the inside cutouts right here. We have some oval shapes with some overlapping bits, right, part of the design. We have a hexagonal section right here in the middle. So it doesn't look like we use a ton of hardware. We just have this thing going on in the middle here. It does seem like a sandwich construction. I do see, right, this section right here kind of makes me believe that they sandwiched it together. I don't see how they would have done this, or maybe they did this all in one piece. Worth finding out, worth checking out. So we might take a look at that here in a moment. And at the back end here we go. You have a replacement. We have a carbide ball right here, and there's even some replacements as we saw earlier. This is your lanyard solution hole, if you would, back there as well. They do give you some paracord, right, like we saw a second ago. So that's nice. How does it feel? How does it feel on hand? Well, I mean, I will tell you, with my average size hands, wow, it actually fits like a glove. I'm not gonna lie. I'm able to get a full purchase for starters. Hammer grip feels nice and comfortable, right? It actually hugs the hand pretty nice. This section is a little bit thinner. It gets a little bit thicker here. And overall, the fact that it's nice and rounded on both sides Makes it really comfortable, no hot spot there. And because we do have the dual edge situation, I mean, you have a serrated portion here, you have this pokey hook section there as well. The finger guard on both sides, right here and there, is definitely going to help there quite a bit. Make sure your palm doesn't creep forward more than it needs to. So that feels good, nice and comfortable, 10 out of 10 on the ergos. Even the G10 has a little bit of jimping, right, or milling going on it as well. So for additional grip, like you can see there, and it just feels nice and good on hand. Now, you don't want to, yeah, you definitely want to make sure you're carrying it properly, because God forbid you're carrying it like this and you got to put your thumb on the serrated portion, right? That's gonna, give you a nice reminder that, hey, carry it properly. This is the section that has jimping for thumb support there if you wanted to. So yeah, you should definitely have the Kizer logo looking at you. That way the jimp section is facing up and you're good to go there. If you need to use that thumb support like that, you're good there. But yeah, I mean, what an epic blade. That's just, I mean, the biggest takeaway. I mean, I see what it's going for and it's wild and I'm here for it. You kind of see the run-of-the-mill clip point blade, drop point blade for EDC. This one's a little bit more tactical ninja in a way, but it's something different. It's a breath of fresh air in a way. So I'm absolutely digging that. I'm setting it down here because some of you guys like to take pictures. Like, hey, Miguel, set the knife down. We want to see it. You're moving it around too much. Well, there you go, right? I'm going to want you guys to be able to take it in its full glory right there, right, from all the possible angles. I wonder if it will stay like that. I mean, not a very thick blade, but not a very thin blade either, right? And it does, given the dagger, right, nature to it. If I can find my calipers somewhere. Here we go. All right, if I can zero it out. Here we go. The thickest part of the dagger is 0.15. So it's a little bit thicker than the 0.12 average in the channel. All right, so there you go. It does get to a thick portion in the middle, and then it tapers down to the other edge on the opposite side. So the Norcross, all right, talk about an epic design, to say the least. Let's do some damage with this thing, if you know what I mean. Let's see what this thing is capable of. Obviously, that dagger is going to be very great at the pokey business, right? Now, okay, so I do know the blade. Given the serrations, I don't have a lot of cutting path per se, so I want to make the best of it. There we go. Make sure I don't taper off the cut. Making sure I'm able to get the full slice. All right, and again, it is a flat grind that does get thick pretty quick. So not going to be the most slicey of flat grinds, but definitely cuts. Switching it around. Other side, of course, is sharp. Why wouldn't it cut? It definitely cuts there, no issues. And doing some cardboard here, single wall piece of cardboard at a diagonal angle here for some better performance. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm going to switch it around without putting my thumb on the serrated portion just to test this edge. And I mean, in case you were wondering, yes, it definitely cuts. All right, did taper off there a little bit. Now, yeah, you got to keep in mind there, given the whole serration portion, I kind of wish it didn't have the serrated portion. And as a matter of fact, I think, future me double check. I do believe there is a variant without the serrated portion. If that's the case, then I would definitely go for that one. I don't know how much you all use serrations on a daily basis, but I really don't, not as much. But it's up to you, right? You got the options there for the serrations. Getting this full edge right here would be even more functional for me personally, right? For what I use a fixed blade or a knife in general for. But truth is, can it cut? The answer is yes. It can also, right, poke through material, right? Especially with that dagger dual edge situation right there. It's also thick enough where you can poke and then, kind of wedge side to side, poke a bigger hole, right, for whatever EDC task, right? If you want to go old tactical on your next watermelon, right? There you go. Let me know your thoughts on this one, right? As far as the sharpness, 10 being the highest sharpness out of the box, right? You guys rate this thing in the comments and let me know. Now, let me go ahead and give you guys an idea what are more my style fixed blades right here. The Kizer Drop Bear. Great size for EDC, not too big, not too small. Also carry the Smolt here quite a bit, which I do love a lot for EDC size. Sometimes I carry something a little bit larger, you'll see in a second, but something along this lines for me personally definitely feels really good for EDC. Have content on all these knives, of course, And I'll have links for all these down below as well if you guys want to check them out. It does help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. Right, speaking of orange handles, right, we got the LynxGear D2 fixed blade. This one gives you a ton of handle, forward choke, finger choke there, right? Slightly smaller blade, but still more cutting path than this guy if you don't count the serrations. And probably perhaps the largest fixed blade, which I really enjoy EDCing here, is the Vosteed Mink, right? Especially for EDC tasks. I'm not saying outdoor activity or camping or what have you, right? That you can use a bigger blade for, but just EDC, cutting boxes, packages, and stuff like that. If it is a fixed blade, it's somewhere along these lines. The Mink is one of my all-time favorites, coming from Vosteed. And this one is a steal. I think this one is like $27, somewhere under $30, right? For a D2 fixed blade with really good ergos. I mean, yeah, definitely check it out as well if you're interested. Last but not least, right, for the machetes of the channel here, right, you know who you are. You like the big stuff, you like the larger blades. There we go. We got the Tenable Luccio, and here's the Kizer Ursa Major. Yeah, this thing got some crazy size. It's kind of like the do-it-all fixed blade. Both of these have a really lengthy cutting path, which is very useful, right, for cutting tasks depending on what you got going on. The Ursa Major got some thickness to it, so it's also really capable as well. And again, these are most of these coming from Kizer, right? A few other offerings like the Luccio coming from Tenable. Definitely lots to choose from this day and age, but I mean, if you're trying to go the most tactical approach on the more doomsday style fixed blade out there, this thing definitely gonna spice your rotation. Zero doubt about that. If you're looking for a cool piece, a conversation starter, right? Hey, what are you carrying today? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me take out my Norcross and let's talk business. But you're probably wondering, Miguel, what's the sheath situation look like? Well, I haven't forgotten about that at all. We have the sheath right here. Take a look at the design. I mean, it is housing a spear point blade. So how does it feel going in? Oh yeah, just Kizer definitely has that nailed down. A good satisfying click, a nice release, right? Check that out. I think perhaps, I'm willing to guess, you know, maybe there's something to do with the balls right there as far as holding the blade in place. That could be something to keep in mind. And is there any rattling going on? Right, that is solid. So no movement there. Kind of feels nice and snug there, going in and out. All right, so that's nice. And as far as the carry situation, they went with a wide boy. I typically see this same pocket clip a little bit slimmer, a little bit narrower. This is a wide one. So by default, you can carry it horizontal on your belt, right, as such. Has this little push mechanism right here. You can also lock it, by the way. This is new. I hadn't seen this before. There's a little on-off switch, right? So if it's on, it means you can activate the spring-loaded button there. If you do off, then yeah, it's locked. So that's neat. That's not going anywhere. If you have it in the off position, nice little add feature there. And the other thing too is you can also strap it on, say, your backpack, right? Grab the strap of your backpack, place it here, clip it in place, lock it up, and yeah, now you're carrying it scout carry on your backpack. Or you can turn the whole clip. You should be able to do so. I want to say, yeah, same distance here as you have. What are we looking at? Like 1.5, around 1.5 inch. I want to say right here or there. Yeah, there you go, about 1.5 inch there. You should be able to turn this guy around and mount it 90 degrees as well. So that's something else to consider if you wanted to do on your belt scout carry also. But yeah, the sheath there definitely works good. Good implementation right there, and that is what it looks like inside the sheath. So guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. What do you like about it? What do you love about it? Let me know your thoughts on this thing. When you first saw it, what came to mind? I'm curious to know what you guys think. Obviously, this one is linked down below, just like every other knife you've seen in this video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me until the end. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.